I'm Jacqueline, and I love doing fiber arts, especially with my grandma. And we've been working on projects together since I was very young. And I'm trying to learn from her. We've done all kinds of projects: dyeing, spinning, weaving, knitting, felting, wet felting, and needle felting. Anything with wool. We've probably tried it. At the moment, we are working on a woven pattern from a vintage book that my grandma has.
Remember to put
That's the pattern. That's what we're making. It's the same as the runner on the coffee table.
It's a very beautiful kind of psychedelic pattern. And the book, I think, is from the 70s. So there's like these big psychedelic pinwheels, and it's a very, very complex pattern. So the threading is also really complex, which is why it's taking us a while to get it figured out, but I think we're almost there.
Surrender.
There's that. And you'll make a runner, Grandma?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That was 3 and 4? Okay. Tie up complete.
It's hard to say how long it'll take to make it. I think it depends on how long it takes to fix the threading and if we can get it figured out. But actually, one thing that I have learned about weaving is that the actual weaving itself goes very quickly, but getting to that point is what takes a really long time. So doing the tie-ups, especially doing the threading, all of the work that you do ahead of time, you have to be very precise, and it takes a while, and if you make mistakes, you have to go through and correct everything. Then once you're actually sitting down and knitting, or not knitting, weaving back and forth, I think it goes quite quickly. Like, that Lee's Surrender is supposed to be a square, so probably like one part of the pattern, and you might do several repeats if you want to make a runner or something. But I think one part of that pattern completed, you could probably get done in a couple of days if you just wove, and didn't have to get up and do other things. I think Grandma probably will want it to be runners, so she might actually do a couple of repeats to make it more rectangular, because the pattern says it's supposed to be square. So I think, I can envision like 3 repeats of this pattern on the table runner, and I have a feeling she'll put it on the table upstairs. Maybe we'll even see it at Christmas. It's in blue and navy, so you can really pull that out any time of the year, but I think it would look nice and snowy for a winter table setting. I think that would be very beautiful. I really like dyeing, but you do have to wear a lot of safety equipment, especially if you're using the chemical dyes, although certain natural dyes are actually also very dangerous. Like, you really probably should just always be wearing the respirator, especially because the pigments are ground down so fine you could inhale them really easily. So I don't like wearing the safety equipment. That's sort of a sensory nightmare of having like the respirator and the goggles and the gloves and the apron and everything. You have to be outside in a ventilated area. But I love color testing, and I like seeing how the pigments affect different fibers differently, and you can get really incredible colors. My long-term plans, I would like to get more into natural dyeing. And I really like the idea of doing what Grandma does and dyeing your own yarn, or, thread, I guess, for projects, but yarn particularly. So if I could learn more about natural dyeing, I think that would be really amazing. And then I would like to get better at weaving, and specifically, I love the mohair blankets. So I think if I could, with Grandma's guidance, sort of self-manage a woven blanket project from start to finish, I would feel really satisfied, because I'm only ever here for enough time to do certain steps, and then I have to leave and she finishes the rest. So I think if I had the assurance that I could do it all myself, I would feel very satisfied.